And happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Plug Talk Sports live show. This is episode 215, and this is going to be a very, very good show just because Janka, who is going to be on here soon, let me tell you, as I fix here.
I'm on my phone, so I won't fold the screen correctly. I'm having technical issues.
This is going to be very, very bad for him and I told him last night, I hope you're prepared because I am going to roast you badly after what happened last night. And if you ask what happened last night, there was a little game of football, something called the Super Bowl. And we're going to start with that, Super Bowl 60. And I'll go first and give my take. But, Blake, my first
Daniel?
Super Bowl was in 2007. It's the first one I ever watched. It was Colts and Bears. It was right here in Miami. Have seen every Super Bowl since. And as a kid growing up, the day of the Super Bowl was a day like, man, I'm so excited. I'm so hyped to watch the Super Bowl. And I don't know what it is, but the product of the Super Bowl just keeps declining year by year.
I don't know. I think we just had two back-to-back pretty blowout Super Bowls. But we went on a run for like 5 years before that where we had 5 great Super Bowls. And so it was like...
And then we have the stadium choices.
That's awful.
Levi Stadium, which is not even in San Francisco. It's a 30-minute drive to Santa Clara, California, where the 49ers play. The stadium, it's not even that nice, in my opinion. It looked like... Listen, it reminds me a lot of when they play Super Bowl down in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. I don't think Raymond James Stadium is a nice stadium. Yes, I'm going to get there as a comment comes in. I'm going to say everything from the first quarter. This includes halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Third quarter, fourth quarter, it was an absolute snooze fest.
Yeah.
It's just...
If you're a defensive coordinator, you loved every second of that game.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of the Patriots and Rams game, that it was also very boring. To this person's comment, which thank you for commenting, it's just... People, when they get home, they want to relax. They want to kick their feet up, maybe have a beer, watch sports, disconnect from the world. They turn on a sporting event, and it's like you're watching CNN on sports channels. So that turns off a lot of people.
Yeah.
And here's my roast for Janka. Blake, I'm not sure that the Patriots, physically they got off the plane, but I don't think they realized that they were in the Super Bowl, playing in the Super Bowl. Their offensive line was garbage. I told Janka at halftime, if your offensive line magically somehow becomes great, then the game will change and momentum will change. If it doesn't, we're going to see much of the same in the second half. Credit to Seattle defense. They were phenomenal. But
Daniel, I mean this. It's the best. And look, I'm younger than you, right? But I feel like I've done my fair share of learning football and knowing the game.
Yeah.
It's the best defensive performance I've ever watched. I know they finished giving up 13. That's just garbage time. They're dropping back, throwing 8-yard passes. Defense is sitting in cover 4 so they can give everything up. That was if you like watching a quarterback have to deal with pressure and struggle mentally an entire game, that's your game to go watch. That was amazing. I think what this a game like this does, you know what it made me think of? We were like going towards halftime because I was watching at my buddy's house. He's a Pats fan,
Yeah.
and I said, "This to me tells me how insane that how Patrick Mahomes was in that Super Bowl against the Bucks, because we were sitting there going, oh my God, how is he even getting some of these throws off? Well, you're seeing a quarterback that, yes, Drake May's a good quarterback, but he's not an all-time great dealing with a pass rush that was getting to him like that, if not
Yeah.
maybe even a little worse. He was seeing ghosts, and we weren't even in the second half. Um, it, I feel bad for the Pats a little bit as a Dolphins fan, because as a fan of a team that knows all about O-line injuries, they had a lot of them. Will Campbell is not a left tackle. Uh, we said
Yeah.
I sold it to me and Jonka talked about it on the podcast after he was
Yeah.
drafted. We were both like, he's a guard. He's not a tackle. And if you didn't know what a left guard looks like playing left tackle in the National Football League and elite pass rushing, well, you found out why they play left guard. They can't kick fast enough, and they don't know when to time the punch. And guess what? He got buried all day. DeMarcus Lawrence owned him. Whoever they put over on the other side of DeMarcus Lawrence, he did a sit for a play, owned him, because all they did was bull rush him. They didn't spin, they just bull rush him because he didn't know when to time it. And then he started in the fourth quarter trying to even just figure out how to time it. It was too late by that point anyway. Then they just started sidestepping him, going around him. Drake May had nowhere to go. The one thing I'm going to say about the Super Bowl is, because look, when John gets here, I want to talk more about the Patriots, because I want to hear him talk also. And I know
Yeah.
you want to talk about the Patriots. I am so happy Kenneth Walker won MVP.
Yeah.
I loved him coming out of Michigan State. I wanted the Dolphins to get him. We passed on him. Don't know why, but we passed on him. And the only reason people like he's easily a top 8 back in the NFL. He's been that. The reason everyone hasn't been saying that is because the Seattle Seahawks front office drafted Zach Charbonnet. Right, that was the front office decision, because you don't have the Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker back there for two different coaches unless the front office is asking for that. That's never happened before. Guess what? He got a whole playoff run as a bell cow back, and everyone's going, oh my God, he's like Saquon, except he doesn't go as elusive. He wants to run you over more. Weird. It's almost like that was his exact scouting report coming out of college. It's the exact scouting report he had coming out of college. I love the way he runs. He plays football the way football is meant to be played. You put your head down. You saw a bit of Le'Veon Bell there too. You saw the patience
Yeah.
in some
Yeah.
of those runs.
Yeah.
I was like, we were sitting there like, oh, it's Le'Veon Bell. But it's just the Seahawks going into the game were the most favored team in the Super Bowl in 7 years on Hard Rock bet. That's Hard Rock's first year, but based on their odds, because we're in South Florida, so those are the odds I'm seeing. They were minus 230 at close. Most Super Bowls are usually the biggest one before that in the last 5 years was minus 165. So yeah, that's a heavy favorite going into a Super Bowl. I had to miss the last podcast before this because I'm working now, so I have shifts I have to deal with. But I sat there and I go, there's only 3 ways this game goes. Patriots get blown out. Patriots win a nail biter. Seahawks win, but they can't score. The Seahawks won, they couldn't score, but it was still a blowout.
Yeah.
Which is, I think that's I think what we learned, Danny, is the Patriots got bailed a bit by their playoff run.
Yeah.
You go against a Texans team whose defense is absolutely immaculate, but the offense is terrible. You don't get a healthy Broncos when you're missing your starting quarterback. So it doesn't matter how good your team is. And I'll be honest, they got the game out of Sam Darnold that you needed. Sure, he didn't have the turnovers, but Sam he missed 2 wide open deep shots.
Yeah.
One was the JSN. I'll talk about that. I sent that in our group chat and lost a lot of money because of that one. But the defense was so impressive for the Seahawks. I was sitting there going like, this feels like a Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
Because you go look at the secondary. Tariq Witherspoon and oh my God, it's not Whitehead. Tariq Woolen and Witherspoon are on each side, and you go, well, those are guys that could be all pro corners. Well, guess what? That's what Legion of Boom was. They had two hard hitting safeties. That's what Legion of
Yeah.
Boom was. Earl Thomas was more roaming. Don't get me wrong, and they're much better. They're not there yet, but you're seeing that. Wait, they were getting not just coverage sacks, pressure sacks too, and that's when Martellus Bennett was coming through and starting to get those pressures. Where number 88, terrible number for a pass rusher, by the way. I know he was on the Patriots too, and John would be like, "No, it's a good number." Screw off! No, it's not. Yeah, but I didn't see a world really where the Seahawks didn't win. If you put your bank account in the Seahawks, that's a better investment than the stock market. Daniel, I don't really have much more to say till Jonka gets here, if I'm being honest, because I really want to talk about the Patriots.
I think, yeah, I think if Denver was healthy, if Bo Nix was playing,
they beat them.
New England would not have made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I also want to call out John, because you've heard him say this. And this is an example. You've heard him say, I'm so tired of Jimmy Butler with the antics and dressing up. Okay, what about Matt Collins showing up in handcuffs and a mask to the Super Bowl?
I've not liked Matt Collins for a while.
What's up with that?
He's a clown. He got a little social media pop because he didn't wear shoes to warm-ups, and he thinks he's a superstar. Like, buddy, you're best of fourth receiver on a team that doesn't have a good receivers. Like,
I was pressing John on this, didn't want to, and he's going to answer. I want him to answer it tonight. I was pressing him last night. We were texting, and I told him, hey, you said all this crap about Jimmy Butler and the antics and the haircuts and all that stuff, but you got your own. Oh, speaking of the devil, the devil is here.
John, guys, I'm not even kidding you. I was zooming through 112.
Whoa, no! Don't say any speeds. Don't say any speeds. No speeds.
Jonka,
we don't want them to be able to get you, Jonka.
We were loading.
I need you. You refused. You refused to answer my question last night, and so I'm going to ask you here again in person so we can get an answer. You on this show have said many times, man, I'm so tired of Jimmy Butler and the antics, the haircut, showing up to media day. Why can't he just focus on basketball? What's up with Matt Collins showing up to the Super Bowl in handcuffs and a mask? You don't think that's a distraction?
No, I do not, because he's not even a captain. He doesn't influence anything on the team. He just catches the ball. He doesn't influence anything. If Drake May doesn't throw the ball, he's a non-factor. Jimmy Butler ran the team. He's the captain of the team. He does everything for the team. He's legit. When Jimmy Butler was on the Heat, he ran. He was literally the say or go of the team. Matt Collins literally walks into every game, every practice barefoot.
So you don't think that's a distraction at all, and that gets any eyeballs, cameras, nothing? It was all over X. So if that's not a distraction, no one would have covered it.
I've seen him come in with no shirt, no socks, no nothing, and just basically coming in a tank top and jeans with nothing on, any else on.
What about leading to this Super Bowl? What about leading to the Super Bowl? Is Stephon Diggs? Everything was just about Cardi B. Him and Cardi B.
That situation.
Bro, she was supposed to perform. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know about that situation, guys. Honestly. That's him and that little drama there. Apparently, he was mad that at halftime that she was dancing with I forgot the other celebrities during the halftime show, and they were down. I think it was 9-0 or 6-0. I forgot what it was.
Listen, Blake. Now that Jonka's here as well,
I was listening on the way here, by the way. So
I told him last night. Yes, as good as the Seahawks defense was, there was moments that the Patriots had to get some chances, and in those chances, it was either a bad pass from Drake May or a dropped pass from a receiver from a good pass. So
The Hunter, you're talking about mostly that Hunter Henry one on like the 8, right? That could have got that drive
yes.
started going and get some momentum.
And then let's talk about that. There was no pressure at all. I mean, yes, there's always a little bit of pressure when you're down in the Super Bowl and it's late in the game, but you have a perfect drive going. It looks like you're going to score and you're going to put your team in a position to maybe make this a close ball game and come back, and it looked like you had a sort of momentum going. And this guy just decides to throw in the triple coverage, an interception when he didn't need to, and pretty much, I mean, aside from having not done anything all night, he made a bonehead mistake and pretty much cost the Patriots a chance to come back. I think he was awful. I think he didn't show up to expectations. And I said it already, Blake. I think that New England would not have been here if Bo Nix was healthy.
So, John, can I go? Because I want you to be able to ramble here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was a proponent of, I think the Broncos were a better team than the Patriots. But look, that it happened. We know we all know how all of us feel about it, so we're not going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl. The pressure on Drake May all night off the snap was immaculate. It was awesome to watch that much pressure get to him. It sucked watching the game as a neutral. Well, not really neutral. I had money on the game, but it sucked. It kind of sucked not to see him get going at all, because when Drake May gets going, it's fun.
Yeah.
But I think you want Jonka. I want you to, because you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Dan, you will too, but it'll hit more home for Jonka when I say this. You know when I knew the Patriots were probably going to lose that game officially?
The first time you got sacked?
No. That should have told me that. Midway through the second quarter,
okay,
you guys broke over the 50 for the fourth time. You got past the 54th time. You did 3 times in your first 3 drives. Didn't do it your first drive in the second quarter. The second drive in the second quarter, you got it. You got 3rd and 2. Drake May takes a 2-step drop out of the shotgun. He has an open Stephon Diggs on an out route for a first down, but got too scared of the pressure on his blind side, bailed out, got sacked midway through the second quarter. And that's when I knew you guys probably weren't going to win that game, because it's not even, it is his fault. It's not his fault. Like, there's a mix of all of it within that O-line and Drake May. And some of it also, by the way, has to go on coaching, because guess what? Then you just got to leave a tight end and a running back in the block. You have to. You got to sacrifice it. But if you're not hitting the quick out 2-yard hitter for a first down to keep that drive going, and then you don't go for it on 4th and 2, Mike Vrabel didn't believe in the offense. And I don't think a lot of the offensive guys believed in the offense at that point, because there's zero reason in a Super Bowl when it's 6-0 and your defense has held them to 2 field goals already and a 3 and out, that you don't go get that first down, or at least try to. Because here's the thing: worst case scenario, you get the ball back, you'll end the first half with the ball. That's worst case scenario, and you got the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
So that's when I went, I just don't see a positive outcome for the Patriots here. And Drake May try, the Patriots put on a glass half full cap at the end, getting 13, but
the
one thing I will say to you, Jonka, is after the first possession of the game, I look at my buddy's dad who's next to me and I go, really like defensive touchdown for this game. Really like that. And he was like, oh, go put a bet on it on Hard Rock. Open Hard Rock, you can't do it.
No, of course not. They know, bro. They know.
I was so pissed. I was so mad.
Listen, I think is one of the most disappointing Super Bowl performances ever. I think that more fans had rushing yards going from their seats to the parking lot than the Patriots did.
I just think this whole thing is a fault of everybody on the team. I just think the Seahawks roster, top to bottom, was just way better than ours.
Yeah. Your defense, by the way, the final score doesn't show how good your defense was for 90% of that game.
That was one of the reasons why I thought the game was going to be closer. But I remember what I told 2 weeks ago on the show with you, that this game was going to be determined if they can protect Drake May.
Yeah.
And look what happened. I knew I had a feeling if they didn't, it was going to be a blowout.
Right.
before I by saying what I'm gonna say, shout out to Seattle, played a great game. Respect for them. I have no ill intentions for them. I love this. I love the Seahawks too, bro. Like they're a great team, top to bottom. Shout out to Elijah Roy.
Sensational organization, great GM.
Yeah.
GM has 2 Super Bowl contending teams now under his belt. That's a great GM.
And I hope Clint Kubiak, who the offensive coordinator is now the future
Raiders.
head coach for the Raiders. So hopefully it's gonna him and Mendoza. But yeah, I think McDaniels, Vrabel, Drake May, the offensive line. It was a combination of everything. I think nobody was on page. The receivers, as I just think it was just a complete mismatch from top to bottom roster wise. I don't think the receivers were good enough to get separation. The offensive line could not protect Drake May. Drake May still, for some reason, I know he's in his second year. Maybe he can work that out the next couple seasons with Josh McDaniels, but he just doesn't know when to let go of the ball in situations where he's gonna get sacked. Just throw the ball away. That's why Tom Brady was nearly impossible to stop, because the moment he felt that he was gonna get sacked, he knew to throw the ball away. And that's one thing he needs to learn how to do. Second year, he didn't start till his first 6 games from last season in his rookie season. But I'm not disappointed in the outcome. I kind of had a feeling it was going to be like this. I'm glad our defense, Christian Gonzalez, our rookie safety Craig Woodson played phenomenal. I'm expecting there to be a lot of roster turnover. That's the one of the outcomes from this matchup that I actually wanted to see, just to see where we at in a first year rebuild. Like, where are we at compared to the top team, the Seahawks? What do we need to do? I think the defense needs a little bit of tweaks. We couldn't protect the edge. Kenneth Walker, stud. We cannot stop him on the edge.
He's unbelievable.
We cannot stop him. So we need to work on that. Edge rushing, pass rusher, we need some of that. And
I think you just need one edge rusher. I think what you're missing on defense is one edge rusher and a box to box linebacker. I don't think you guys have not a box to box, a sideline linebacker. I think you have 2 in between the C gap linebackers and not sideline to sideline linebackers.
And then obviously, I was listening to you on the way here. Move Will Campbell to guard, please. Yeah. And the left guard, who is now Jared Wilson, he was the center at Georgia. So this guy isn't even a left guard. He's supposed to be a center. It was doomed from the start. But just like we made it, I know the road was kind of easy, but just seeing how this game ended up being defensively and how we just got torched. I mean, credit to how we made it with that kind of trash O-line, just putting it out there. I don't know how we made it through the season going 14-3, to be honest. But yeah, I'm disappointed in the outcome. We lost, but I'm not a sore loser about it. We got beat by the better team, and we move on to next season. And we improved the roster. Now we're in mock draft season, by the way.
Yeah.
So
Daniel, right before you go, this offseason for you guys is going to dictate your next 5 years.
This mock draft is going to be good.
If you guys can't this offseason, I'm not saying this offseason, go out and get at just one, the Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah, if you guys can't go out and get one offensive tackle, like good offensive tackle, I think you guys are in a bad spot for a while, because I think with the position you're at with your team's age, you need a veteran tackle, not a rookie tackle. Now, unless you guys go into the draft and you hit like one of these all-time great tackles, of course that can happen, but it's very low. But I'd rather have a veteran tackle on that blind side next to your young left guard rather than having 2 young linemen. Because here's the thing: is you guys made it to a Super Bowl, you're in win now still. That's the point of it. You're not in rebuild, because now if you guys miss the playoffs, you can't go, no, it doesn't matter. You made the Super Bowl. Like, you're here now. And you have to try and hold this continued excellence, because you have a quarterback who, Jonko, you think he's a top 10 quarterback, if not even higher than that.
If he's protected.
Yeah, and he's on his rookie contract. If you have a quarterback on that contract, you go for it then and there. You have to. Because you see now with Josh Allen, you have to pay him. Of course you do, but you can't build that great of a team. You need that quarterback to do everything. Right now is your chance to build the team it impacts the next 5 years how this offseason goes.
So the one thing for this draft coming up, there's only 2 tackles that are just highly rated. Everybody else is just mid.
Yeah.
Is Spencer Fano from Utah and then Maui Noah from Miami. Those are the top 2 tackles. Everything else is a drop.
Yeah.
Well, either Patriots have to give up a bunch of a big pick for next year to move up and get a tackle, or they try to get something in free agency or make a trade, do something. I know there's a lot of players that are going to be in free agency and there's going to be a lot of movement, but I don't think we're going to be able to fix this line problem. Maybe I think it's going to take 2 more seasons of drafting and free agency and roster movement back and forth. I think we're going to have a lot of roster turnover for next year. I think we're going to have a completely new roster.
I'll tell you what, Jonka. How nice would Josh Uche would have been last night?
It would have been nice. Shout out to Josh.
It would have been nice. Sticking with the Super Bowl, I want to ask you guys.
Don't ask me what
Did you guys enjoy the halftime show?
That was the worst halftime show ever, bro.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Look at me. You think I like that? I didn't understand a word of the halftime show. I didn't watch it. I had some Latin friends text me and said that they like Bad Bunny, so like they listened to it. I didn't because I just didn't know any of the lyrics. I know some of the songs like DTMF, like I know this song. I just don't know the lyrics. I like the beat of it, but
yeah.
All he did was basically just talk. He was just talking while the song is on, and then just doing the same dancing movement again and again with just people dancing around him and moving around the field. That's literally all he did. And then you talking
about the Puerto hip thrust? You talking about the Puerto hip thrust?
Yeah. Whatever that is, bro. He had to bring on, I think it was Mark Anthony and Lady Gaga, and then maybe I think one more. Those are
Ricky Martin?
Yeah. He had to actually bring out talented, artists, not a mumbling, rapping Latinos pop or whatever artist he is. Aside from the controversy that he's in, it was terrible. I think it was just terrible, 100%. Now, maybe it wasn't my cup of tea, but I think the Three Doors Down concert before the game started was better, to be honest.
But you mean the Green Day concert?
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah, it was way better.
Bro. Danny, what'd you think of it?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch it. I saw clips of it on social media. I didn't want to watch it. For me personally, I really don't want to give my viewership, and this is just for me. I'm speaking for me. I don't want to give my viewership to somebody who can't even stand for the United States national anthem. I think for me, that's a big disrespect to a lot of the men and women who sacrifice every day for this country and have died for this country. So for me, I mean, once I saw that happen, it didn't do it for me. And I made a personal decision in the Super Bowl halftime. I just was not going to watch it for those reasons. For the people that enjoyed it, I'm glad you enjoyed it. But for me personally, saw first, second quarter, and then halftime, I just went and did something else because I just didn't want to watch it. So, I mean, that was my view on halftime.
Yeah. I just think for the halftime, because like last year when they announced Kendrick, no one had an issue. He was the biggest thing in America when they announced it.
Of course.
And so there's no issue there. I just think, and I know the NFL's whole thing right now is they want to make the sport international.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what you should push for. I think you should push for being America's sport, because baseball they still keep the saying, "Oh, we're America's pastime." Football's America's sport. Based on all the viewership, they're America's sport, and it's not close. I think they should sit with that, and then people, as the game gets bigger, is like growing and growing, it's flicked out more to have one game a year somewhere. But I think for them, like, they tried something. Oh my Jesus Christ, lads! I think they tried something. I just don't think it worked. I just hope they realize, hey, it didn't work. We need to try something else now, because there's a lot of younger like not even just American but English singers that can give an awesome halftime performance. Like when Usher did it, right? Usher, he's past his performing prime, but he gave it everything. He was dead at the end of it. You see how much he was sweating. If you give a guy like, I don't listen to his music, but I know performative wise, he's awesome. I've been told Benson Boone, right? I don't listen to his music at all, but like someone, because the halftime show, I don't really care about the singing. I care about the performance when I watch it. It's
Dua
fun.
Lipa would have been great.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, the coolest Super Bowl performance still in my whole life is Katy Perry. That was cool.
Oh, okay.
When she came in on the giant, was it leopard or tiger? I can't remember. She's riding it into the Super Bowl like that. Like that's sick, right? I don't get like the Kendrick one where everyone knows what the beef is, and then he puts on, and then Not Like Us comes on. He turns and looks at the camera and says, "Hey Drake," at him. Like that's cool. That's American culture. You're seeing it in front of you. Most of the people watching that game, I'm not gonna say most, a large majority of people watching that game, his most popular song is DTMF. They don't understand it's him talking about how he regrets not giving a girl enough and should have done more. They have zero clue. They have no clue that's what that song's about. So, it's just hopefully they do better next year.
I think for me and Jonka growing up, I think we probably have one of the most iconic Super Bowl halftimes, and that was Prince in Miami singing "Purple Rain" in the rain. That was pretty iconic. I mean, obviously, me and Jonka were really young when that happened, but it was still enough to remember it at that point. But yeah, they need to do better. They need to do something for sure, because I've heard a lot of people did not enjoy it. So it is what it is. Super Bowl 61. Also, we got to bring the Super Bowl back to Miami. I mean, what are we doing? It's been since 2020.
Can I make a comment on the Super Bowls?
Yes,
It should be Miami every year.
There's zero reason a Super Bowl should ever be played during daylight. Zero reason. It doesn't feel like it didn't feel like the Super Bowl game when I turned the TV on and it was sunny out. I don't know. That's just me personally. It didn't feel like a Super Bowl game.
Yeah.
Like when the Super Bowl's held, not even just in Miami, but even even at Raymond James, right? Like Daniel, I know you don't like the stadium, but it's nighttime. Like Raymond James has a lot of lights. It's bright. The fans are very tight packed. Like you feel the atmosphere around you. Even at MetLife, I hate MetLife Stadium, but the night goes on, the big lights over the stadium, like it feels something special. When you're like at that stadium, when they showed the overhead shot, Charlie Puth's national anthem was awesome, but they show the overhead. There's no lights are on, still sunny out. Like it's cool, but like it doesn't feel like prime time football in front of you.
It was literally 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, like I don't know. Also, they shouldn't have it in California just because the players didn't make any money actually playing there because they're there on workman dates or something like that it's called. And so they actually had to pay like $220,000 in taxes to go play there. And you got paid like $180,000 to play in the Super Bowl. So
yeah, players have to pay taxes out in every state they play in. Bro.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree with that, Blake. And also, I mean, I just feel also like, and no disrespect to any of these cities, but there's some cities that I'm like, why are they a Super Bowl host? Like a couple years ago when we had Justin Timberlake perform, it was in Minneapolis. Why is that? Who does someone say, I want to go on a Super Bowl trip vacation to Minnesota? I mean, Houston.
Have they had one in Atlanta yet? At the new dome?
It's coming up in 2 years, I believe.
All right, that's going to be a fun stadium to have one in.
It's going to be LA next year, then Atlanta, and then I know.
Yeah, because they're going to SoFi next year.
Yep, SoFi.
It was already in SoFi.
Hey, did you see the colors? Dolphins going to the Super Bowl. Did you see the colors?
God, bro.
We're going all the way. We're going all the way, boys.
Jesus.
Anyways, yes, LA, then Atlanta, and then reportedly Las Vegas.
Vegas is fine. I'm good with Vegas.
Yeah, I'm good
I know
with
it's
Vegas.
on the West Coast, but guess what? Vegas is the gambling city of the world. Vegas is nightlife. Like I'm cool with that. then don't have to kick off at 6:30 p.m. East Coast. I don't care. I'll stay up late for the Super Bowl. I don't care. Or make the Super Bowl on Saturday.
You were talking about international. Yeah, I think our opinion is not going to matter because I think Roger Goodell is all in on international. It has 9 international games next year. And mark my words, I will not be surprised if we have a Super Bowl in London. Will not be surprised.
Can I tell you something? I don't. Oh my God! I'm not gonna say ever, but
I'd be mad.
America wouldn't let it happen. I genuinely mean this. America wouldn't watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean,
you would lose almost the entire state of Texas. I can tell you that.
Besides the people that have money, who would go and pay for a ticket all the way to London and the Super Bowl ticket and the hotel?
Because you're not gonna. Because here's the thing: is for the price, you're not gonna bring enough people to that game from Europe. Germany actually genuinely has a good American football fan base, but the ticket to go to the Munich game was still cheaper than to go to a Miami Dolphins game.
I heard the Madrid game was expensive as well.
The Madrid game was expensive, but that's just because of where they held the game. You know, we're not going to speak anything about your football team owner over there, buddy. But you know, there might be a money greed guy over there.
They're gonna keep. They announced that they're keeping it in Madrid at the same stadium, so it's not changing.
Yeah, but if there was ever a Super Bowl held over, if there was one in Mexico, and like you had just started a Mexican team to be in the NFL, I can go like, you know what, I can see it. It's still on the border of the country, but I like if you told me, hey, at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in East London, there's going to be a Super Bowl game, I'm gonna look at you and go, what the hell are you talking about? What are we doing? Do we want people to not watch the Super Bowl? Because you have to think, the Super Bowl, if it's held there, you would have to wake up, because I'm thinking, because I watch the Premier League, you probably have to wake up around 9 a.m. to watch that game.
Yep.
I refuse to watch a Super Bowl at 9 a.m. I won't do it.
I refuse.
Listen,
I'm to drink first.
I'm against it. I'm saying I won't be surprised if Roger Goodell tries it.
He's going to throw the idea in the public. Give it, even if it's not him, the next semester, give it 8 years. He's going to throw the idea out in public. Watch him. Watch the owners ban him. Watch it happen.
I think every decade, Miami should host it twice every decade.
Is that not what's happening right now?
I don't even know. It should make it 3, 4, 5 times. I don't care. Who wants to pay the taxes in LA then come to Miami, bro?
You guys would be surprised. Miami is the second most city that's hosted a Super Bowl. Who do you guys think is number 1?
Arizona.
Nope.
MetLife.
Nope.
AT&T.
Nope. AT&T's only had it once.
Yeah, not Jerry World. I'm thinking Rose Bowl. Would the Rose Bowl have a lot of them?
Nope.
Where at?
There's only one more city that's had more than Miami.
Bro, I remember a couple years ago we were talking about this.
I'll give you a hint. They hosted last year.
I thought Arizona was last year.
Nope.
Shit. I don't even know where it was last year. Where was it last year?
Bro, that's how insignificant last year was, bro.
Yeah, that was a shit Super Bowl. Daniel, where was it last year?
New Orleans.
New Orleans,
oh, yeah.
the Superdome.
Yeah, great stadium for a Super Bowl.
New Orleans has hosted the most Super Bowls in history.
So you would think after all the hurricanes, bro, they would quit.
Okay, bro, what are we doing?
Bro,
what are we doing?
Guy's a loose cannon, man.
Hey, when Jacksonville gets that new stadium, there's going to be a couple Super Bowls there because that's going to be an awesome stadium.
Guys, enough Super Bowl talk. It's time to talk about the frustration of the Miami Heat not landing Giannis Antetokounmpo. And from what I heard, they were asking for 5 draft picks. The Heat didn't give it to them. They had a good offer of mixed draft picks and players. But at the end of the day, the Bucks decided to keep Giannis because they want to ask for more in the summer. which means they'll probably bump up 5 draft picks to 7 draft picks. The market is getting really ridiculous when terms of asking for players. They want to wipe your whole team just to give one player. Giannis has been very cryptic about this stuff in terms of his social media and kind of the comments he has said in public. But the Heat, once again, the front office, they cannot secure another big whale.
Go ahead, Blake, because
I was like, you guys have more on the subject than I do. I've almost boycotted basketball this year.
good.
Not even like boycott over like politics. I just think the game's in a terrible spot. Here's the thing is, I never thought he was going to Miami. Pat Riley's never made a big trade in his career as a GM. That's a fact. What is the single best offer you can make for Giannis as the Heat? Tyler Hero, you wouldn't give up Tyler Hero and Bam because that defeats the point of getting Giannis. Tyler Hero, you wouldn't throw Norman Powell and you just got him. It'd be probably Jaime Jaquez.
Yeah.
And then it would be not this year's first-round pick because you don't have it. Next year's first-round pick. You can't trade the year after that because people forget about the Stephen rule. You can't trade continuous years first-round picks. So actually, we couldn't even trade next year. We have to trade the year after that. And so if the thing is, if Milwaukee's like, hey, the minimum first-round picks we have to get out of this deal is 5, there's only 3 teams in the league that could trade for him then. One of them is over at Oklahoma City. They have the capital. The other one is Utah, and I saw there was one other team. I read an article, and I can't remember what the third team was.
San Antonio or
no, not San Antonio. San Antonio doesn't have the
State?
picks. No, Golden State doesn't have the picks either. They'd have to do a player 3 draft swap because this is the thing is you're only allowed to trade because what the Brooklyn Nets did and help the Celtics get where they are now, where the Celtics traded a pick 7-8 years into the future. There's a rule you can't trade 5-year first round pick 5 years past 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Stephen rule, you can't trade 5 straight years first round picks. So you need capital. What's the one thing Pat Riley can't do? Obtain capital. So he was never going to get it done. Pat Riley, I'm going to put this out there right now, has not made a GM move on his own that you go, man, he's a good GM. Jimmy Butler wanted to go to Miami. He was not going anywhere else. He was going to go to Miami no matter what. The sign and trade was going to happen no matter what. LeBron decided Miami. Chris Bosh decided Miami. The only thing he's ever done was pitch Dwayne Wade not to leave after his second contract, which, by the way, didn't have to do much because D. Wade just had his second kid at that time. So Pat Riley has done nothing that shows me competence as a GM. All he's done is create drama. The reason LeBron left, not the reason, one of the reasons LeBron leaves is because Pat Riley was telling him he couldn't eat Oreos on the fucking team plane. I'm sorry for cussing, but it's LeBron James. I don't give a crap who was feeding him the Oreos. He can have the Oreos on the team plane. Jimmy Butler, he told him that he couldn't keep having these shenanigans, right? And Jimmy Butler towards the end was picking him up more. But it's probably because Pat Riley the whole time was telling him, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's the NBA. If you have a superstar, they can do whatever they want. That's the rule in basketball. That's what sucks about basketball is if you have that superstar, they can do whatever they want until they're not producing. And then the fans are going to be mad at the GM, not the player. The only thing Heat fans are upset about Jimmy Butler leaving is Jimmy Butler just started trash talking even the fans. Because Jimmy Butler wanted out so bad. Did you guys have any issue when LeBron left Miami? I don't know any Heat fans that had an issue when LeBron left.
I would say his need to want to control everything.
Yeah, but that's what superstars were. That's what it was.
One of the things that I didn't like when he left is that he literally made us waste a draft pick. Shabazz Napier. He's like, oh, you gotta draft Shabazz. And all of a sudden we draft Shabazz. boom, and creates a super team with Kyrie and Kevin Love, and basically screwed us over. We could have gone somebody else in Shabazz damn Napier, bro.
You know what's crazy to think?
And the way he left, though, after losing to the Spurs in a record finals margin, that's how you leave? Come on. At least one more year. And then if it doesn't work out, then you leave.
No, I'm going to be honest. That Heat team was always – D-Wade's knees, he couldn't keep up anymore. And so – but you know what's funny about that Cleveland team that I always find funny is that big three for 3 days was LeBron, Kyrie Irving, and do you know who the other guy in the big three was?
Kevin Love?
No, it wasn't Kevin Love. It was 3 days after LeBron signed.
Let me think. Verjao?
No.
Wait, with Kyrie?
With Kyrie, he was a number 1 overall pick.
Andrew Wiggins.
But
he got traded for Kevin Love.
He got traded for Kevin Love. For 3 days, the big three was LeBron, Kyrie, Andrew Wiggins. For 3 days. And then Andrew Wiggins got traded.
Bro, but Kevin Love, though, when he was in Minnesota, that guy was a dog.
You know what's funny? My first ever NBA game I went to was a Miami Heat with LeBron against Kevin Love and the Minnesota Timberwolves double overtime, where Ray Allen missed the game-winning 3. LeBron had a triple-double. Kevin Love had 40 and 30. And I was just sitting there. I was just like, Jesus Christ, this Kevin Love guy is great. You know, I can tell he's different because he's the pastiest man I've ever seen in my life. That's how I knew it was Kevin Love. Because I saw a Marshmallow playing the low block, and I was like, oh, Kevin Love. There we go. Yeah, he got another board. All right, that's 32 tonight.
I just think the Heat are stuck in this. They're just stuck with players, first of all.
The epitome of mediocrity.
They're just stuck. They're literally just stuck there, and they can't get rid of their assets because no one wants them.
They refuse
not good assets.
Bad. That's their problem. They refuse to be bad and get a high draft pick. And even if they were to get a high draft pick, I think they would even fail at drafting the correct player because I think they would rather go for the role player than the actual talent. It's terrible, bro. I don't know how even they got Dwayne Wade in the first place. But they ended up getting him.
Pat Riley wasn't the GM.
Bro. We need somebody else in there, bro. We need somebody else.
I think when we drafted Dwayne Wade, this was before the whole culture thing started. And I think that started after D Wade was here. Man, I would have let D Wade into our front office. I mean, maybe he could have helped.
I know Jazz, bro. The Jazz?
Who beat us tonight, by the way.
Yep. 115, 111.
This team is just there's only one person I feel it's two people are good. Norman Powell and I don't even know if I can say Bam at this point because
Bam's like a number 3 guy. That's what he is. When Brandon started his show for Plug Talk, I went on like the second episode. And I said, Brandon, I would be the most beloved and the most hated GM in existence. And he goes, why? And I go, because day one, my interview would be, hey, we're not that good. We're going to tank and we're going to tank until we get a generational player. And then guess what? We're just going to build around them. Like, because that's honestly how you do it. That's how you do it the most effectively. Now there's certain ones where, you get lucky at times for sure. Because I think Boston won their ring. I don't think Jason Tatum's a generational player or the best player in the world. But guess what? He had two superstars with him and 3 other all-stars. So, yeah, that Boston team was a wagon. But, like, look at OKC. OKC, they did the alternate route. They traded for SGA. Chris Paul took him as his kid, was like, hey, this is how you be a great player in this league. And SGA actually listened. He liked listening to Chris Paul. They were best friends. And he became a superstar player. But then you go, and oh, wait, the Spurs look like they're going to contend for the next decade because you know why? They have a unicorn. They actually put another scorer with him and 2 point guards. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, they look really good and really fun to watch. Or the Mavericks, they had Luka Doncic, who was out of shape, took him to an NBA Finals. Now look at the Lakers. They're what, 32-19, 33-19 or something like that?
Yeah, there's somewhere there, but Austin Reeves is also going crazy stupid. It's like 20 game.
Yeah, but here's the thing is Luka's averaging, I think he was averaging like 29, 9-9, I think, right? Or something like that right now. Like he's been going stupid.
Adam Silver facilitated that trade, but you didn't hear it from me.
The NBA is the most simple GMing job in all of sports because it really is. You have to go to the owner and be like, hey, look, we're not going to be good right away. If you get when I get hired, we're going to try and get a generational player. If we get him, we're golden. If not, we'll draft a lot of decent players and try to get one superstar to come to us or see if one of them turn into a superstar. The Heat have tried neither of those. Neither. Because you have to think, who on this Heat team attracts a superstar to come here? Maybe Bam, because a lot of guys like how he plays in the league, but he can't be a number 2 for a competitive team. Tyler Hero doesn't shoot a good enough percentage of the field to be a number 2 scorer.
Tyler Hero, the experiment, yes, great when he first got here. The experiment's over. The guy, I'm so tired of going on X and seeing every damn game Tyler Hero listed out.
Kwame Brown, he can't
anymore.
Kwame Brown, he can't play. Nothing against the guy. He can't play.
He literally does not play anymore.
I'm telling you, bro. I've been saying it for like the last 3 years, bro. I've been saying it. Trade him already. It's terrible. From the moment he got that damn surgery. Before, like, why are you getting the surgery in August? The season's right around the corner. Why didn't you get it back in May when you got your butts blown up by 60 by Cleveland?
And he's not, I'm going to be honest with you, from everything I've heard about him as a personal human, he's not a very good personal human either. Because he has a missus down here in Miami. He has multiple kids with her. And allegations-wise, that's what I'm saying, that from what I've heard, this hasn't been given to me as a fact, he has publicly cheated on her apparently multiple times.
I don't know how, because
I don't know how. I don't know who would get with a guy who can't shoot 40% from the field. But Daniel left that one. Daniel was a fan of that call out. But it's guys like him. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of, you know, like the scouting report on like how OJ Mayo was gonna be.
Oh my God, what a name!
like remember Brandon Jennings after his rookie year? Yep. That's who Tyler Hero is.
Oh my God, don't bring up that guy, bro. That guy he went on a dining hill spare after getting dunked on by bro. What's his name?
That's Brandon Knight. You're talking about Brandon Knight.
Oh yeah, it's Brandon Knight.
Brandon Jennings, the one for the Bucks.
Hey, Jennings, yep. I didn't mean it.
Brandon Jennings had a 54-point night as a rookie, averaged like 19 a game his rookie year, and then was an absolute waste of a human space on a basketball court.
Yo, jeez.
I mean, he wasn't good. No disrespect to the guy. He can't play. He's like
this team. The more that they just stay in this like cycle of not doing anything, they're just going to be a continuous playing team. And Eric Spoelstra already said, they asked Eric Spoelstra this question, and he said, no, we're playing to win every single time we go out there. Every year, we're playing to win.
Bro, don't even talk.
He's a head coach. He can say that,
bro. That 22-point deficit loss that we lost to the damn Celtics, bro.
Yep.
Like, what do they? Right after the trade deadline finishes, you lose like that to a rival. And then today you lose to the Jazz, bro, when you were up like 16 in the first quarter.
It's bad. It's bad.
And they don't play Khalil Ware. Like, for some reason, Spoelstra just refuses to play this kid. You're saying because of attitude issues. I don't care about his attitude. He can get rebounds. He can defend. Put him in the damn game. Bro, holy crap. I'm sorry, Jovic hasn't been good this year.
The experiment didn't work with Jovic. All right, give it up.
They overpaid for him. Now all of a sudden they're stuck with him. Like,
what?
This organization's in crap right now. It's literally
you know what? Time out. Where's Brandon right now? Where is he? Because he's the one who told me look out for the Heat. Where is he right now? Where is he? Is he working right now?
No, he doesn't work today. He works on the weekends.
Tell him to call me. Text the group chat after this. Tell him to call me because he has some answering to do. Oh my God, my phone. He has some answering to do.
Everybody at him at Brandon.
No, bro, I don't listen to Celtics fans.
Bro, and
anyone
Tatum
who listens to Celtics fans is just sus.
You guys saw Tatum now is apparently going to be playing in the G League to warm up.
Yeah, he's gonna start practicing with the G League team.
Bro. The fact that the Celtics have a better record than us without their star player makes us look even worse.
What do you mean without their star player? They have Finals MVP Jaylen Brown.
Screw Jaylen Brown, bro. That guy's a turnover machine.
What do you mean, bro? He figured out how to dribble with his left hand, bro. He's gross now. He's him.
Bro, if Haywood Highsmith had him locked, he's overrated.
Haywood Highsmith, why'd you let him go?
Hey, GM, bro. GM Pat. He did
Jocko,
good. I don't know what the problem is,
Jocko,
bro.
I'm telling you, I might be a little egotistical about how much I know about sports, right? I would be a great GM.
I'll join you, bro. Assistant.
You're my assistant. Yo, I'm gonna be real with you. If I'm anything like I coach my buddy's beer league team, I'm gonna be yelling at you a lot. So just be ready.
Can I be the
ready
coach?
for that. You need a coach?
Oh God, no. Oh, forget it. Yo, that's it.
Tanking
for real. That's how we tank. You want to tank for real? Put him as coach.
Bro,
I'd be a great coach.
Bro, I just got to call Steve Kerr's son, who I'm not going to drop his name because I don't want to get us like banned or anything. Just call it. He said he's ready to coach. So I need that championship pedigree. His first name's Nick, by the way, if you didn't know Steve Kerr's son's name. Don't say his name out loud.
Okay.
Don't say his name out loud. No, because I have a friend of mine. He does social media, and he got a TikTok taken down because he was making a joke about Steve Kerr and said his son's name.
Oh.
And because if you say it together, it doesn't sound good.
Oh wow, this kid, bro. You're playing with fire, bro. That's almost as bad as the one with the Twin Towers of Brandon.
Oh no, bro.
That was my first show, by the way. You know
that. That was one of the best shows ever. I cracked up. I nearly passed out.
Well, Blake missed a good one last week when Jonka tweaked out on the Marlins.
Bro, don't
hey, we brought the throwbacks back.
Don't you bring up that poverty franchise with me this year, bro?
Wait, we brought the throwbacks back. We're fine.
Blake, I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna repeat from what I said this last week. If the Marlins do not start the year 6-0 or 5-1, shut it down. Shut it down. They play the Rockies and they play the White Sox. Just the first 6 games of the season. The 2 worst teams in baseball.
You got to give it till May. Come on.
No way, bro.
Till May. That's a month.
They're not gonna make it, bro. I need to see a 5-1 or 6-0 record. The 2 worst teams in baseball. That's who you go up against? I'm sorry.
Yeah, but buddy, we're third.
Hey, you better do something. Because apparently, according to everybody, Peter Bendix, Bruce Sherman, we're on the come up, bro. We're on the come up. We're doing everything right.
Bro, we're up next. Do you see our rankings for our recruits, bro? Not our recruits, our prospects. Bro, we're up next.
Show me.
Bro, we're the 23rd. Bro, relax. We're the 2013 Cubs. We're gonna win a World Series. Relax. We got it.
I know. All I know is you're not gonna win a World Series when you pay everybody in 1-year contracts $7 million.
We've done it before. We've done it twice before.
And you let them go.
All right, we didn't do that, but we'll do it again.
You can't trust this team. You can't trust the team. They don't spend any money.
No, you can't. It's Ajanka. Daniel's heard me go off about the Marlins before.
Yes.
And I don't have the breath to do it again. You're in the 5th biggest market in all of baseball. And by the way, in America, it's the 3rd biggest market. The only reason it's the 5th because there's multiple teams in certain markets. It is an absolute pitiful joke that the MLB allows the Marlins ownership group to continually do this.
Thank you.
This team should be a perennial. We should be what the Braves were in the 90s. Every year. I'm not saying like the Dodgers where it feels like they're gonna win, but like the Braves are, they're gonna be in the playoffs, and they have a chance to make a run.
Bro, like
that's what the Marlins should be.
The fact that we've never won our division.
Bro. The fact that like the Dodgers are able to do deferred payments, and yet the cheapest owner in baseball doesn't do the same exact thing and just defer the damn payments. Makes no sense.
Just defer the payments and sell the team. It's what the Dodgers are doing.
Bro, I don't get it, bro. Oh, yeah, we'll pay you. but later on. But you can come play with us. Why not just do that? I don't get it.
And here's my thing is, right, like, I knew the Marlins weren't going to get a lot of these guys coming over from Japan. Like Murakami, I don't know how much you guys know about
Murakami,
Japanese baseball.
yeah.
Murakami, he's probably going to go to the Giants. That's what like the betting odds are saying. He's going to go to the Giants, and Vegas knows more than any of us ever will. Which I don't know how. It's a bit interesting, right? It's a little weird. The San Francisco Giants. He's probably going to go to the Giants. He's the betting favorite for him. They are. But why aren't the Marlins just going, hey, we'll give you a bag because you're only 27 years old? Just give them the bag. Just throw it at him. The Marlins didn't even offer.
They're not even willing to give a bag to Stowers, bro. That's how bad it is. This whole organization is a joke. It's a joke. It's a croqueta without ham. It's just bread.
It's because they gave up. You know what's funny is the best player in franchise history is Giancarlo Stanton, right? Giancarlo, I don't know if you ever heard him do the interviews about it. He didn't want to be on the Marlins. He didn't want to sign that big contract.
Of course he didn't.
He didn't think the Marlins would ever offer that number. And then the Marlins offered that number, and he was like, oh, well, I have to sign that. He had to. There was no way you couldn't sign it.
Yeah,
I still think that the whole Derek Jeter thing is a conspiracy that entered the Marlins to give Giancarlo Stanton away to the Yankees, and then like 3 years later, he leaves.
He was mad that we beat him in 2003, and we had the biggest upset in World Series history. So he wanted revenge. So you know what he did? He came in, he said, hey, Giancarlo Stanton, I'm going to trade Yelich and Ozuna if you don't get traded. He goes, all right, fine, I'll get traded. He gets traded. Then he trades Ozuna and Yelich anyway. Ozuna becomes one of the best 5-hole hitters in baseball for 4 years. Yelich wins an MVP.
And then Yelich wins the National Player of the Year.
National League MVP.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I was saying this theory since day one. I was like 16 when it happened. I was saying the theory. I knew it. He's a scammer. Have you ever seen the baseball diamond of Derek Jeter's girlfriends?
Yes.
You ever seen that?
Yes.
There's no way a guy with that diamond of girlfriends is an honest and loyal man. There's no way. There's no way.
Hey, he's a biracial angel.
No. You know what he is? He's a phony. If someone tells you Derek Jeter's good at defense, tell them they're lying and to go look at the numbers. Terrible defensive shortstop. In his career, has negative runs saved in his career, which is bad. That means based on his defense, he was a detriment.
Those are fighting words. You're giving fighting words to Jonka, man.
I don't care. He was a bum defensively. He was a great contact hitter. Never had a season over 360 on base.
You know, it just makes me happy when I sleep at night just to know that my Freddie Freeman terrorized Jonka's Yankees.
I don't get into your favorite teams because I don't like talking to you about that.
If I ever see him walk into my establishment, I'm kicking him the F out.
Who, Boone or Freeman?
Boone.
I would say, but Jonka, love you. There's no way you think you could get Freeman out of it.
No. I would actually shake Freeman's hand for making Boone look bad.
Wait, Jonka, tell Blake what your nickname for him is.
Boone the Goon.
Okay, bro. What are we doing? The
guy puts in Nestor Cortez after coming off the injury report for 4 months off. Throws him in to the most crucial moment in the World Series against Ohtani. And then fuacata, the whole thing's gone. The guy who hasn't pitched in 4 months.
He's an all-star lefty, bro. Come on. Nestor Cortez, the all-star lefty.
He needs to go back to Hialeah where he came from. Bro. That was the worst thing I've ever seen, bro. Why would you put a pitcher who hasn't seen the field in 4 months into the biggest moment of the year? That makes no sense to me.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, good for you.
Guys, we were way over time. We are way over time. We'll end it here. We had a great time tonight. I hope Jonka's next couple days get better after Super Bowl depression.
Jaka, on your show, you need to talk about my parlay that missed $50 to win $1,200.
Join me, bro. You always skip.
I don't skip. I lag. No, because you were there. You literally said my shit. Jonka, this guy, see, he's not going to put it on God because he knows he's lying. There's a reason I'm on my phone right now.
Hey, you lagged and never came back. You lagged and never came back.
Yeah, because my computer never came back.
I was up for like 2 hours. You never came back.
All right, you went past your runtime. That's not my fault. The studio got pissed.
Hey. That means you don't keep up. You don't keep up. We have fun.
No, I try to condense mine. I haven't been able to
do it, but this line is not with the chat.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you
Panthers
everybody for tuning in, watching. We appreciate all of you guys. Keep tuned to all of our social medias, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great night. Have a great rest of the week.